Profile is a show where we showcase some of the talented people who work behind the scenes in the entertainment, business, and local communities while making positive influences on the lives of others.
Welcome to Producer Profile. I'm Stella Winston.
And I'm Jim Hill.
We're going to take a trip down memory lane, Jim and I, today, and we're going to talk about all the past producer profiles. And we're also going to get the help of the crew, because I've interviewed every one of the crew here, including you, Jim.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm really excited about this show. The reason why I'm excited is because you are going to be our conductor.
Okay.
Okay. You've been with us for a whole year. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I've been with you at the end. Okay, and the people that I was turned on by, oh my God, it's like everyone I saw, like you remember the young lady?
I bet you I know who you're going to say.
Please.
Gina Lynch.
Right.
I knew you were going to say Gina. Gina Lynch is a motivational speaker.
Right.
And she came on and she really motivated you.
Absolutely.
And let me ask you, do you remember the tips that she gave you?
Yes.
To reach your goal?
Yes,
Okay, let's
yes.
hear them.
Okay. One of the tips is that I had to come up with a plan. And in my plan, I had to think of 3 steps towards the plan, and what was the first thing I was going to do. Okay. And I was going after the money at the time, But I mean, the thing is that you can become whole in these producer profile programs because there's so much to learn. And there's so many interesting people. I'm just amazed that so much is going on in Brooklyn.
Like yes, there are plenty of people that are very talented. That's one of the things that I found out. There's so much talent out here, and there are so few venues where the talent can be showcased. And Producer Profile happens to be one of the places where they can showcase their talent. And Gina Lynch, and I just want to go over that. She said go 3 steps, 4 steps. Actually, she had maybe even more than that.
Okay.
You had to set your goal, you had to write it down,
right.
You had to talk about it, and you had to have someone to remind you of it every now and then. And I'm the one that reminds him of it.
Right. Do you know it was on this show that I gave up coffee?
That's right.
Remember, I was addicted to coffee. This fella,
Dr. Perdue.
Dr. Perdue.
Yes.
And me and you, we challenged each other. We called. Remember, how long did you take? I mean, was it like a month?
Okay, I had been trying to kick coffee for a while, and I had successfully kicked it. And I mean, I wasn't drinking it, like I didn't have to start my day with it. But when Dr. Perdue came on, he was the one that sort of like really signed, sealed, and delivered it for me, because he explained how the adrenaline glands were being whipped by the constant drinking of coffee, and that it was such a bad thing. We're going to take a musical break now. Typical of Producer Profile, we have a musical break, and the first musical break is going to be Cannonball Adderley, and he's performing the work song. He was one of the greatest jazz saxophonists of all time, and he's going to perform the work song with his brother Nat Adderley. Okay, Cannonball Adderley. Very good. Producer Profile, and we're taking a stroll down memory lane about all the different talents that have been interviewed on Producer Profile. And during the break with Cannonball Adderley, we were talking about the different filmmakers that we have interviewed.
And you know, just before we get into the filmmakers, I want to go back to Dr. Perdue just for a second.
Okay,
sure. You see, when he said that women, they cause this this growth in them because of the drinking of coffee, you know, that kind of scared me. And then I saw myself being overpowered by, because I used to say nothing can overpower me, but you know, I became an addict, okay? And like everyone else, it was like one day at a time, and I had serious withdrawals about the coffee.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
But I haven't taken one drink.
Well, Jim, I have taken, but it's been few and far between, and it's been just for the pleasure of drinking coffee, not as an addict, which I was at one time.
Okay.
I was an addict.
Okay. Well, I'm still scared now, okay? And I'm going to stay on you about the coffee because that guy was
Now, he
something
comes
else.
on, I think, Saturday, every Saturday. So anyone who's interested in Dr. Perdue, he comes on Saturday. I don't know exactly when, but you can also always contact BCAT, and their telephone number is 935-1122 if you want to find out when Dr. Perdue comes on. So now.
One more thing before the filmmaker. My class, I was a student at BCAT,
Sure.
and I had a classmate named Linda. Now, you interviewed Linda.
Yes, I did.
Okay, tell me about Linda, because you see, when she movement, dance, talk to
Linda
me.
Jantz is also a filmmaker.
Okay.
And she did a documentary on women and their body image. And it was I forget how long it was. It was a short, and I interviewed her, and she talked about what she went through to film it, and why she did it, and the impetus was because she feels that women are too self-conscious about their bodies, and they spend so much energy on what they look like.
Okay.
And so she wanted to show this, and she did some clever, creative things with the camera, like looking into a mirror, into an infinity of, I forget exactly how that worked, but it was very creative, and I plan on working with Linda in the future on a project, you know, hopefully that comes about.
So this is like, it's health related, this movement of the body, or it's just moving the body?
Okay, her film. Well, what it is it's just different women in their different body images, and she's like looking in the mirror.
So it's self-esteem.
Yeah, self-esteem.
Okay,
right.
So it's like feeling good about yourself,
right?
And then you start to empower yourself. Is that what?
Right. She doesn't want the emphasis to be so much on the physicality of the woman, and she wanted to show how we put too much emphasis on the physical self. I think that's pretty much what she was trying to do.
Is it like appearance versus reality?
Yeah.
Or it's appearance and reality?
Well, I think what it is that this was like an answer to how the images that are pushed on women in the media, that their bodies have to be a certain way. Like, you have to have a certain bust size, a certain waist size. You know, you have to be a Barbie doll, beautiful, in order to be accepted as beauty. But you should just feel comfortable with the body that you're in.
Okay.
So it's basically body image, and you know. So that was that's what I got from her.
Well, I'm interested in how my classmate is doing. So when would I be able to see her show? What time does that come
Okay,
out?
I think she does specials right now.
Does specials?
Yeah,
okay.
She does specials, and I know she may intend to do a monthly or weekly eventually.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now, filmmakers, remember that one about Boys High? That was enough to make a rock cry. I mean, that old guy, that was playing the role when they was playing 3-Card Molly.
Right.
And to just see the love love like that doesn't happen anymore, does it?
Well, according to Olu Gittins, who was the filmmaker that made that film, that love does exist. And in fact, it was a story about, it was a love story between two older people about love lost and love rekindled, and it was set in Bed-Stuy, in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And it was, older African Americans. And so it was a very loving and a touching story.
Right.
Yeah. And she's a young filmmaker.
She's good. She is good. I mean, I want to see more of her.
Yes.
Okay, because when we think of Spike Lee, we think of a certain edge that Spike Lee has. And, it's important to have that political also.
Right.
But she has another element, and that element is Love, love. And it's a different, like we get into agape love and we get all into different types of love, but it was like two human beings on this planet at this time, and you think that's impossible because there's so many different gimmicks and stuff like that.
The name of her film was called Lucky. It's called Lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucky. Okay. And it was beautiful, just like you said, that it showed the love between the two older people, and it was beautiful.
It was like a charisma, something like me and you. Okay, you see that? Okay. We have a charisma going on the show. Okay.
All right.
Now, but did she move you?
Well, yes, she did, and I just want to say that she. As a result of her doing Lucky, since it was set in Bed-Stuy, and she's also a native of Bed-Stuy, she came up with a website called Bed-Stuy Online, and she has created a whole, I guess not industry, but work around Bed-Stuy. Okay. Yes, she did move me. And guess what? It's time to take another musical break. We're going to listen to Mary J. Blige doing Real Love.
Real Love.
And this is Real Love.
This is perfect. This is perfect.
I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Won't you be my inspiration, be the real love that I need? Real love. I'm searching for a real love, someone to set my heart free. Real love. Until you told me how you felt for me, you said I'm not the one. So I slowly came to see all of the things that you were made of, and now I hold my dreams in desperate. Lead me towards a real, real love. Oh no, oh yeah. I'm searching for you were the answer to the question in my mind, but it seems that I was wrong and I said strong. Maybe I'm falling down real love. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, hey, 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 yeah, yeah. So I try my best and pray to God, send me someone real to caress me and to guide me towards the love of my heart. Now I know I can be faithful, I can be a rolling door, giving you loving through the summertime, winter, spring, and fall. I'm searching for real love, real love, real love.
We're back. You're watching Producer Profile. Again, we're taking a trip down memory lane, and we talked about a few people, and there's this one particular poet that
yeah.
really moved you.
Oh, she moved me
And
because let me just share this, okay? Because this is just mind blowing. Just being here and interviewing a lot of these people, some of them have actually said that God has talked to them. You know, and that was mind-blowing to me because, you know, for so long I was just such a pragmatist, you know, and the whole idea of God talking to me, okay, and that one particular woman, Lydia said...
Lydia Slowey is her name.
Okay, she said that one day God just told her that she was going to be a poet, and he wanted her to write poetry for her to give him the glory. Now, this blows my mind, you know, because here I am sitting down here, and I'm one of the stupidest men alive.
No, you are not.
But I mean, just
come
to see,
on now.
But
don't berate
just
yourself. I will not allow you to berate yourself.
Okay.
You are not.
All right. Well,
he happens to be one of the smartest men that I've ever met. Come on, Jim. You can make a poetry
this is
off the top of your head, right?
This is my partner.
And by the way, I did interview Jim.
Okay.
Yes.
But let's talk
but
about
anyway,
Lydia.
Okay.
Lydia, because her poetry, she called it poetry. I wanted to call it flowetry. I mean, because
See, there he is.
she was just flowing.
Yes, it was flowing.
And she got up. And I mean, she heads these women conferences where she gets out there and she motivates women.
And now, as I remember her story, it came to her one day, just like you said, like a bolt of lightning. She had never written before. She had never written any poetry. And then once she had that spiritual awakening, it just started to flow. It came out, whether she liked it or not. And now she is a motivational speaker, and she goes, I guess, all over. To motivate people to I guess live a better life.
Right. You see, I'm one of those people that when I hear things like that, it absolutely blows my mind. Okay, because sometimes I could actually walk into the wall, looking for Godot, looking for God, and I'm saying, look, it happened.
Now, you know, one of the pleasures of working for Producer Profile is to meet people who are very passionate about their work. And a person that comes to mind is an educator, Anisha Murray.
Okay.
And she was on the show, and she is so motivated to mentor other teachers to get them to want to stay teachers, to stay within a profession, because you and I are both educators, and you know how tough it is to teach in this system without getting too political. You know, and I remember her passion and how it came through, and how she was just so motivated to help other teachers to stay in the profession and to become better.
Well, all these great leaders, okay, that we're meeting on this show, how do you manage not to follow all of them?
I know. Some of them just have the God-given talent. Like I remember Duewa M. Frazier. She was also, she's a poet, spoken word artist. And just to hear some of her poetry, I think that was when Orville Nelson, I have to mention Orville Nelson, also, he hosts a show sometimes with me.
This guy was fabulous.
Orville, we have to talk about him.
Yes.
And I remember he hosted that show with me, and I'm going to say it, Orville, she moved you to tears. She was so,
really?
Her poetry was that strong, and it moved him that much. And I mean, just wonderful, wonderful people, and so passionate. I think about the singer Vicki Newsome, and she did My Funny Valentine.
Okay.
Do you remember Vicki?
Right,
yeah,
I remember.
She was
oh man, I mean, it really hit you right in the heart.
Yeah.
But this fella, Orville.
Yes, let's talk about Orville.
I mean, he interviewed me one time. I think this guy is witty. He must be a genius. I mean, do you know him?
Well, Orville Nelson has a show called Heal Brooklyn, and it comes on every Saturday.
Okay.
I think it's 12:30. Am I correct? 12. 2 o'clock. Okay, it's on Saturday. Again, if you want to find out, call BCAT 935-1122 to find out the exact time. It's Heal, and he focuses on not just health issues. He always throws in health. He also has a clip that he always shows about Mamiya Abu Jamal, and he always gets that in because he feels very passionate about him being a political prisoner in this country. But he also is very community oriented. He brings in community people, and he tries to triumph their grassroots causes, and he will do that. So he's very powerful.
But I get the sense that this guy reads 1,000 books a week. I mean,
he is very knowledgeable.
I mean, the words, and then when I was sitting and he was interviewing me, I wanted to know more about him. Yeah. I mean, is he on some fast? I mean, is he?
Well, I know Orville is very much into health and well-being, and he's always about helping others to try to live better and to eat healthier.
So he's not a pigfoot eater?
No, he's not a what? A
pigfoot eater.
No, he won't touch it.
Okay.
I don't think he's a flesh eater at all. Not at all.
Right.
So he tries to inspire others and motivate others, and a lot of times he will bring on the food packages and read them out loud. What are the ingredients?
Wow.
What are you eating? You know, you're eating all these chemicals. So, so Orville's show Heal is very informative.
I think a guy like him would lead me right off the Chitlin circuit.
Would he?
Yeah, I mean, just to listen to him and then to see the health-oriented, the way he looks and stuff like that.
He's in excellent shape.
So, how would we be able to get in touch with this Franz, this guy that's giving the show? Oh, yeah,
okay. Now, Franz Butler is the producer of Producer Profile, and he's the one that you want to contact if you want to come on. 917-302-1758. Again, 917-302-1758. And his email is 16653@msn.com. For Producer Profile, 16653@msn.com. Contact Franz Butler. Yeah, so...
I'm excited about this.
Yes, I mean, we can go on.
But could you tell me again, how would someone get in touch with Franz Butler?
Okay,
just
again,
one more time.
One more time. Franz Butler, you can call him at 917-302-1758. And his email address is 16653@msn.com.
Wow.
Thank you for watching Producer Profile. I'm Stella Winston.
And I'm Jim Hill.
And I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Bye-bye.